Simon, let's see what Aitor thinks brought him correctly into this starting lineup.
The players greeting each other ahead of the kick-off. Here's the lineup for Real Madrid. Thibaut Courtois in goal, Carvajal, Varane, Ramos and Reguilon at the back, Casemiro, Modric and Kroos in midfield, Gareth Bale, Benzema and Vinicius Jr. up front. That leaves on the bench Keylor Navas, Marcelo, Valverde, Lucas Vazquez, Marco Asensio, Isco and Dani Ceballos. And that's a pretty powerful bench that Santiago Solari has to call upon if needed. Sergio Ramos about to greet Leo Messi, the two captains, in the presence of Mr. Undiano Mayenko, the match referee today. The coin is tossed. The four match officials greeted, and here's the Barcelona starting lineup. Marc-Andre ter Stegen in goal, Roberto, Piqué, Lenglet and Jordi Alba at the back. A midfield trio of Busquets, Rakitic and Artur. Up front, Leo Messi, Luis Suarez and Ousmane Dembélé on the bench. Keeper, Jasper Cillessen, Nelson Semedo, Coutinho, Malcolm, Carlos Alenya, Arturo Vidal and Samuel Umtiti. Barcelona are going to be attacking the goal to the left of your screens. They're going to be kicking off. It's Antonio Mateo Laoz, the video assistant referee, and everything's set for the second Clásico in 72 hours. Huge opportunity too for young Vinicius Jr. He's been so impressive since bursting in to Solari's first 11. Let's see if he can put in the kind of performance that can really make a name of a player for the rest of his career. That's how big the Clásico is. Luis Suarez waiting to get things underway. A tense look on the face of Solari in the dugout. Ernesto Valverde looking on. He must be feeling slightly calmer because Aitor tonight, it's Real Madrid who really have everything to lose, isn't it?
Yes, and I'm sure that Real Madrid, especially since the beginning, will go for the game, because to lose two Clásicos in 3 days can be not good.
The ball cleared by Ramos as Sergio Busquets making a really vertical break into the Madrid half straight from the kickoff. It's well dealt with in the end by the Madrid defence. Lenglet plays the ball back to ter Stegen. He gets his first touch. Here's Piqué. You can hear the decibels of the jeers rising in the Bernabéu as Piqué's on the ball. Battle between Carvajal and Dembélé. Dembélé gets a touch. Can only find Rafa Varane, who plays it all the way back to Courtois. Both keepers now having a feel of the ball in the opening seconds. Casemiro picks out Dani Carvajal. Solari will be hoping Carvajal performs a little more solidly than perhaps on Wednesday in this same stadium in the Copa del Rey. Modric bringing that one under control. Casemiro over the top. It's a bit of a chase for Kroos. Couldn't get there. And in the end, it's collected by Gareth Bale, taking it off the toes of Rakitic. Busquets caught by Modric. Kroos bursting forward. Still Kroos to the edge of the box. He goes down. It's a free kick and the first yellow card of the game. Graham Hunter, that's a positive start from the home side.
First of all, what we've seen from both teams is that there's a loose ball in the midfield. It's a prisoner. They were on it like hawks. And secondly, the thing that Kroos needed to show, one of the things he needed to show compared to midweek, was that drive that he's always had. He was about to pull the trigger. I would say, from my point of view, Aitor played at this level. The referee is right to give that booking. That was about to be a clear goal-scoring opportunity. Clear, deliberate foul from Busquets. Trouble for the Catalan already.
Aitor, Real Madrid starting with a very positive attitude indeed, and that's absolutely crucial tonight, isn't it? To get on top as soon as you can.
Yes, it is really important to start well, to keep going, and you know, it's difficult again to lose those balls in the middle, because both teams have very good players.
Well, Gareth Bale fancies the look of this, I suspect. He's got that steely look in his eye, takes a couple of steps back. Marc-Andre ter Stegen organising the wall. Kroos is there too, but I think it's going to be the Welshman. Up comes Gareth Bale. over the wall, over the bar, and into the crowd. Bruno Bergereche, it's been a very lively start from Real Madrid. How are the managers reacting? We can see Solari already off his bench.
Yeah, Solari has come out into his technical area, buoyed by that chance, that attacking move from Real Madrid, and that free kick from Gareth Bale, which sailed into the stands. And he looks a little bit edgy. He's moving about. Obviously, he's got a lot riding on this game, not just for the club, but for him personally. And you can see the difference between him and Ernesto Valverde already in these first few minutes.
Varane plays it back to Thibaut Courtois. Courtois taking his time, sends it long. Bale's underneath it, lets it go. It'll be a throw to Barcelona. Jordi Alba gets the ball. Combines with Busquets. Cruz on top of Alba straight away. Busquets turns away from Bale. Lenglet square to Gerard Piqué. It's Sergio Roberto back in at right back today, having played or started in midfield on Wednesday. Busquets caught by Modric. Busquets goes crumpled to the ground. And it will be Real Madrid's ball. Ramos on it. Combines with Cruz. Cruz back to Courtois. Varane. Carvajal. Courtois to Ramos. Little touch from Casemiro, wasn't enough. It falls to Leo Messi. Messi through to Suarez, just got away from the Uruguayan. Courtois was struggling. And Rafa Varane putting the ball out for the first corner of the game.
He must have had a call. I wonder if Varane took over because he didn't think the keeper was going to get there, or whether the noise here, Simon, and this cacophony meant that he couldn't hear the Belgian shout.
Always a possibility. The atmosphere in the Bernabéu electric. Is Messi. Sergio Roberto. Busquets back to Jordi Alba. The only man hanging back, apart, of course, from Ter Stegen, who sends it right back to the edge of the Madrid box. Dealt with comfortably by Varane. Suarez trying to bully Dani Carvajal, who wins the throw-in. Sergio Ramos. Reguilón inside to Cruz. Benzema to Casemiro. Madrid, it's early days, but looking comfortable and looking positive. Luka Modric. Now Carvajal. Looking very confident, Reguilón. Casemiro now. Carvajal seeking out Bale. He got a touch, but was fended off there by Clement Lenglet. Ter Stegen finding Alba.
What an advantage is to have a keeper like Ter Stegen. He's another player. You can trust him. You can pass him the ball, and he's another player. And in the Barcelona style, is really, really important.
Gerard Piqué, a little bit of space opens for him. He strides through it. This is Messi. Now Rakitic. Artur. Back to Lenglet. Dembélé loses his footing, regained it. Picks out Alba. Alba can't get beyond Dani Carvajal, but it is a throw to Barcelona. Artur to take it. He leaves it for Jordi Alba. Bruno, Ernesto Valverde is in his technical area now too.
Yeah, he's joined Santi Solari. They're both out there trying to get their instructions across to the players. And, well, Valverde looks a little bit calmer. As I say, Solari looks a little bit fidgety, which is quite surprising for him. But as I say, big game on the line for him and the club.
The ball given, the free kick given to Real Madrid. Kroos quick to find Luka Modric. Vinicius was awarded the foul for that infringement. Rafa Varane. Carvajal to Benzema, gets it back. Modric again. Reguilón to Vinicius Jr. Now here's Toni Kroos. Reguilón, back to the captain, Ramos. Ramos square to Varane. Carvajal. Varane again to Casemiro. Here's Vinicius. The Bernabéu senses excitement as Vinicius strides forward, but the ball intercepted by Busquets, and it will be a Barcelona throw.
I'm really fascinated, Simon, Aitor, about the way in which Benzema, with these 8.5 minutes gone, has played left wing, right wing. Bale and Vinicius have both been playing through the middle, and I suspect what Solari is asking is whether Barcelona can keep up with the change of positions.
Yes, and Benzema is really good in these kind of things. He's not the usual striker, always in the box like Suarez, for example. Karim is always trying to combine the ball, to be ready to play, and when he leaves in his space, players like Bale or Vinicius can.
That's a good ball from Reguilón to Benzema. Benzema gets into the area. The foot with the shot with the left foot, dragged wide. It'll be a goal kick, but Reguilón quick to set Benzema through there. And the big Frenchman, well, he'll be disappointed to have slightly miscued it. But Real Madrid looking very sharp. Here's Modric. Just got away from him. Busquets finds Dembélé. Twisting and turning away from Varane and Modric. Rakitic. The return ball from Sergio Roberto went awry, but the whistle gone for a free kick. The challenge on Sergio Roberto, who's struggling, helped to his feet by Vinicius, hobbling away from the young Brazilian. The challenge from Reguilón catching him. A couple of the Barca players having a word with referee Undiano, who was unmoved. Here's Artur. Quick to look for Messi. Messi to Jordi Alba, gets it straight back. Alba, little back healer to Messi. This is Dembélé. Lovely run from Alba. Alba plays it square, and it'll be another corner. Rafa Varane blocking the cross. But once again, Barcelona showing that tremendous strength they have, pace and incisive passing down the left flank. Alba, Messi, Dembélé combining in that attack. Messi to Artur, turns away from Vinicius, puts the ball into the box, and the referee very quick to wave away any potential appeal for a penalty there from Ivan Rakitic. Meanwhile, Ramos striding forward. It's Toni Kroos to Luka Modric. Carvajal finding Benzema on the edge of the box. Vinicius goes down. It's a free kick, and another dangerous one. And I suspect Gareth Bale will quite fancy this one.
Once again, Karim in the win, Vinicius in the middle, Modric arriving from the second line. I think that is key to the players, especially with the Barcelona defending high. Players from that second line arriving like Modric or Toni Kroos.
Gareth Bale placing the ball, but he leaves it for Toni Kroos. A little conversation between the Welshman and the German. Gareth Bale jogs into the penalty area. Ramos standing a couple of meters behind him. Kroos floats it into the far post, just overhit. It's kept in play. Vinicius wins the loose ball. Drives it in low again. The shot from Varane. And finally, straight into the hands of Ter Stegen, who's quick to play it out, but didn't quite fall for Dembélé. Modric keeps the ball in play. Although it eventually goes out, throw into Barcelona, Artur to take it. However,
it's chaos, Simon, because Ter Stegen didn't see that his own player was down, rolling in agony, didn't communicate to Dembélé, who didn't know the ball was arriving to him. And at the moment, it looks like we're going to see treatment. The contact comes, I think, there when Longley's hit the stomach. If that's the extent of it, he's going to be fine. But the keeper he was so intent on distributing it. Maybe he just said, get up, get on with it. But it looked as if he didn't realise.
He's clearly been winded by that. It's also good strategy, isn't it? If you think there might be a possible penalty appeal for handball, to make it absolutely clear to the ref that no, it got me right in the guts.
Watch that six-pack.
Meanwhile, it's a throw for Barcelona. Jordi Alba patiently waiting to take it. Bruno, no major side effects there for Clement Lenglet.
No, Clement Lenglet seems to be perfectly fine, as you suggested, after that blow, and he's alongside Gerard Piqué back in the centre of the Barcelona defence.
Luka Modric on the ball. Got Reguilon sprinting down the left. Reguilon looks up, whips the cross in. Vinicius was under it. Lenglet heads clear. Falls to Busquets, poor control there by Toni Kroos. Here's Leo Messi. Gets away from the first challenge. Still Messi. It's a ball that Dembélé can keep in play. Suarez sprinting into the far post. Dani Carvajal getting to the near post, putting it out for Barca's third corner. And that was a perfect example of what Leo Messi can do when he's got a little bit of space.
The speed of decision-making by Real Madrid in initial crossing for Reguilon, then from the fight back from Football Club Barcelona. As you said, he didn't even see the space in behind, he sniffed it.
Well, it's a well-struck corner there from Dembélé, the defence dealing with it well. Jordi Alba on the ball, leaves it for Artur Melo. Here's Dembélé. Finds Busquets. Rakitic through the middle. Falls to Suarez. What a save from Thibaut Courtois. That was firmly struck by the Uruguayan. The flag up. But the first shot on target from Barcelona wouldn't have counted. But that'll do Thibaut Courtois a lot of good in terms of confidence. Well, a lively start. I mean, Real Madrid in the opening 10 minutes dominating, I think, Aitor. But in the last 5 minutes or so, Barcelona starting to respond.
Yes, I think it's going to be a tennis game. Minutes for Real Madrid, minutes for Barcelona, and the team which will be more clear in front of the goal will win the game. And especially players like Vinicius with the chances that he missed last Wednesday. Today for him is a good opportunity to score.
Good ball from Modric to Reguilon. It's quick to find Vinicius, who turns immediately, gets away from Busquets. Bale chasing. Ter Stegen aware of the danger, sliding out to collect that one. Plays it out quickly to Artur Melo. Artur. Gareth Bale tracking back. And that'll impress Solari, I'm sure. Rakitic to Sergi Roberto. Rakitic again. Busquets. Sergi Roberto. Messi. Rakitic finds Busquets. He leaves it for Messi. Dembélé. Ball got a little caught up between his feet there. Alba keeps it going, finds Messi again. He turns away from Carvajal. Supported here by Dembélé. Looks for the return ball. Casemiro in there to block. Throw into Barcelona.
Significant, Simon, when Dembélé slightly got pressed and closed and the ball was loose. Who was pressing? Who was picking it up? Messi. You don't always see that.
Jordi Alba has a good close look at the ball. Finds Suarez. Busquets. Artur. Here's Gerard Piqué gesticulating to his teammates.
Quicker. He wants the ball, everything to move quicker.
Sergi Roberto. Busquets. Lenglet. Dembélé. Artur. Back to Busquets again. Sergi Roberto calling for it. Rakitic. Gets away from Vinicius. Suarez holding it up, goes down, waved up. Kroos quick to find Benzema, and Lenglet was quick to take the ball off the German. Benzema again, wrong footing Vinicius. It's a throw into Barcelona.
The threat I see, Simon, is when Barcelona are picked off like that and Real Madrid are on the break. It's when challenges are put in to stop a counter, and with Busquets booked already, Barcelona can't afford to allow the ball being given away, which puts you in a situation where you have to think about making that all or nothing tackle.
Dembélé on the ball. Jordi Alba plays it back to Clement Lenglet. That's a poor one straight at Varane. Firm challenge. Busquets winning it off Gareth Bale. It's collected by Artur Melo. Finds Messi. Got Sergio Roberto to his right. Just got away from Messi. Suarez brilliantly finding him. Messi over the keeper and just wide. Absolutely brilliant from Leo Messi. It looked as though the opportunity had gone. And finally, the delicate chip narrowly missing the target. That's, to my count, one clear chance to each team.
Rebounds.
18 minutes on the clock.
Rebounds everywhere as we watch the replay. A goal he scored almost identical in the 2012 Super Cup here at that end. The ball seemed to just be magnetically drawn to him.
Piqué picks out Sergio Roberto. Rakitic supporting him. Sergio Roberto again inside to Busquets. Good challenge from Casemiro, but the referee's whistle goes. Free kick to Barcelona for the infringement. Busquets to Lenglet. Dembélé. Suarez. Didn't last long, the possession. Collected by Bale. Dink over the top to Kroos. Kroos in turn to Reguilon. Applause from the home fans. Reguilon checked by Rakitic, but he puts the ball for Vinicius to chase. Piqué in there. It's good anticipation, I think. Throw-in, says the referee. It looked to me like that was well timed by Piqué.
Those movements from Vinicius and from Bale are going to be good for Real Madrid, because sure. Behind the fullbacks, the distance between the fullbacks and the central defenders, Vinicius, Bale, or as I said before, players from the second line can take advantage there.
Well, it's a confident start from Real Madrid, although Casemiro misjudging that. There's a chase back for Ramos. Messi's with him. Ramos gets there first. And Thibaut Courtois happy to see the back of that. Little fall for Piqué. Benzema goes in to put some pressure on him. Ter Stegen doesn't feel the pressure. Here's Busquets. Alba was calling for it. He goes to Dembélé through the middle. Suarez. Jordi Alba keeps it in play, but the advantage to Luka Modric. Bale. Back to Carvajal. Now Casemiro. There's one for Vinicius to chase. Ter Stegen, aware of the threat, out of his area, keeps his cool, of course, and finds Sergio Roberto. Here's Rakitic. Sergio Roberto. Fine challenge by Toni Kroos. Throw into Real Madrid. That one came off Sergio Roberto, I think.
When there's a loose ball, it's snap and counter snap. Everybody is petrified of making the mistake that can open this game. First goal, more crucial than usual.
Ramos with the long ball. Bale underneath it, so too Lenglet, who had the advantage. Sergio Roberto nodding it on to Ivan Rakitic. Vinicius takes it off him superbly. Kroos sets him free. Vinicius down the left. He's got Gareth Bale in the middle. Running to the near post, he cuts it back instead to Benzema. Now Modric thinks about the shot. It's blocked by Gerard Piqué, and Barcelona get the danger away. Busquets brought down by Dani Dani Carvajal, and that's a free kick to release the pressure for a moment on Barcelona, who've been suffering for the last few minutes.
This is why we love the Clásico. We haven't seen a goal, but we saw Vinicius take the mickey out of Piqué, and somehow Piqué is the man who's back in the middle, sliding in the way to block the shot. It's utter commitment by the classiest players, all 22 of them, anywhere on the planet. Everything is on the pitch. They're leaving, as they say here, the skin on the pitch.
Rakitic on the ball for Barcelona. Is Leo Messi. Artur picks out Jordi Alba. Dembélé making an intelligent run to get him behind Carvajal. Carvajal holding his ground and doing just enough to prevent Dembélé from making what could have been a lethal cross. Alba. Artur. Busquets to Piqué. Rakitic to Sergio Roberto. Piqué again. Rakitic goes down, free kick.
Simon, I'm interested where Real Madrid are pressing. Up until the halfway line, they're allowing Longley and Piqué to have the ball. And it was in mistakes like that in midweek when Kroos and Modric rushed beyond the halfway line to press high up that Barcelona picked them off. They've learned that mini lesson.
Is Jordi Alba. Now Dembélé. Finds Suarez. Back to Artur. Roberto. Can't see a way forward, supported here though by Rakitic, gets the return ball. Suarez on the edge of the box, trying to get away from Reguilón. Came off Reguilón, it'll be another corner for Barcelona. Leo Messi happy to watch that attack from a position, 10 yards outside the Madrid box, stationary, just watching.
Yes, just watching, but when he takes the ball, everything can happen. So it's really dangerous. We want to speak about the Reguilón. He's doing well.
Yeah.
Marcel is on the bench, and he's a very good player. But Reguilón is doing really well. John from the academy, so I'm really pleased for him.
Another corner for Barcelona. Leo Messi to put the ball back in play. An in-swinger. They failed to get it away, and it's poor control by Suarez. He apologises to his teammates. Goal kick to Real Madrid. Well, it's difficult to say which of the two teams has the momentum right now, because it's going back and forward, and both of them posing a threat. Varane looking for Vinicius. Finding the head of Sergio Roberto. Casemiro. Now Kroos. Intelligent movement from Benzema. And Busquets picking Toni Kroos's pocket there. Jordi Alba to Busquets. Now Leo Messi. Sergio Roberto calling for it, screaming for it. Rakitic picks him out. Return ball from Sergio Roberto. Rakitic in the area, dinks it over the keeper. Ivan Rakitic makes it 1-0 to Barcelona. And once again, when Real Madrid seem to be playing this team, as they say here, de tout à tout, almost on top, you could say, suddenly find a killer blow, and this time it's Ivan Rakitic. 1-0 to Barcelona. Aitor, the faces on Varane and Modric's face there, the looks on their faces, says it all. What can we do here? We're almost on top, certainly not behind, and all of a sudden it's Football Club Barcelona who go 1-0 up.
Yeah, now they should be stronger than ever, because you know, they have another 65 minutes to play. They're in Bernabéu, and for sure they will go now, because they need it. And it's true that now it's going to be difficult for them. So the first thing that they need to be is to be together on the pitch, to know that they are playing for 3 important points, and just to try to play forward, to be confident with the ball, to not lose stupid balls like in the goal maybe. But again, for sure they will improve now.
Well, they have to show a positive and a quick response, and it's Gareth Bale with the ball at his feet. finds Luka Modric. Modric quick to pick out Vinicius. Vinicius gets it on the right foot. The cross comes in. Carvajal leaves it because it did come off the head of, I believe, Artur. And it will be a corner for Real Madrid. Bruno, how do you gauge the response of the Bernabéu to that shock of going 1-0 down?
Oh, a sense of deja vu after the 3-0 beating in the midweek, but they've quickly got behind their players and they're spurring them on now to try and get that equalising goal.
Vinicius, the volley after the corner had been semi-cleared, blocked. Vinicius to come again, whips the cross into the far post, but comfortably collected by Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Graham Hunter, Ivan Rakitic, he's been watching Leo Messi and Suarez with that finish, hasn't he?
It's a really good point. Fourth goal for Rakitic against Los Blancos. Only his second time scoring for the Catalan club.
Loose play there by Artur, collected by Bale, who gets away from the Brazilian. The cross volleyed away by Piqué, only as far as Casemiro. Now Modric, Bale calling for it. Bale's cross this time with the left foot. Benzema was there and it's somehow hooked away. It'll be another Real Madrid corner.
Yeah, for Real Madrid now, Simon, but I like your point because when Rakitic is put through one, it owes memories to Wednesday, and it's the ball in behind. But he finds himself completely solo against one of the world's best goalkeepers, and Messi's it. You're exactly right. Lovely dink.
Another corner for Real Madrid. Toni Kroos to put this one back into the mix. Casemiro, Ramos and Varane joining the strikers in the area. Dembélé heads clear. Reguilón, almost contemptuous the way he got away from Dembélé there. Gerard Piqué's header. Reguilón again after Suarez took a tumble. Reguilón gets into the area, goes down and told to get up onto his feet by referee Undiano Mayenko, who I'm not sure there, Bruno, if maybe he's even kind of waving to the crowd to say there's no way that's a penalty.
I didn't see too much of a complaint from anyone in a white shirt from Real Madrid. None of Reguilón's teammates really seemed to buy into the fact that that could be a penalty, and neither did really Reguilón. Not too much of a complaint from the fullback, so it did seem to be a bit of a half-hearted attempt there from Reguilón to claim a penalty.
Well, Captain Sergio Ramos clearly had words with Undiano Mayenko and was told to move away, Graham.
It's the third time this match that he's waved the player up. Suarez, Rakitic, and Reguilón. And in each time he's just been on the spot and said, get up, get on with it, without needing to book, without calling it cheating. I think he's right. In a match of this high pitch, players will go down without having been cheating and without it having been a penalty. Good refereeing in my book.
Varane under pressure from Suarez. The linesman lifts the flag. A foul committed by the Uruguayan. Varane quickly back to his feet. He leaves it for Thibaut Courtois to take. On the 30-minute mark, Aitor, how do you see this? I mean, obviously, for the home fans and for the Madrid players, it's hugely disappointing to be 1-0 down, but it's been a solid performance from Madrid so far, and a solid response to the disappointment too.
Yes, and now they need to be, again, strong, because, for example, the problem last game.
Great work from Modric. The cross comes in. Piqué fails to clear it. Lenglet gets it away, only as far as Dani Carvajal. Kroos will pick that one up. Casemiro back to Ramos.
Good reaction from Real Madrid now again, because the goal has been difficult for them, but I think that they are good again. They have 15 minutes just to try to score and to equalize.
Carvajal wins the corner. The cross after a crisp passing move from the Blancos, blocked by Jordi Alba. Toni Kroos goes across to take the corner, and one thing is for sure, the response of Real Madrid to going one down has at least lifted the Bernabéu, hasn't it, Graham?
It has, and what we're watching is the duel of two behemoths. Piqué so far having one of his games of the season, Modric not letting this lie.
Piqué it was who got his head to that, and that is close from Sergio Reguilón, who's turning into one of the protagonists in a white shirt so far, showing masses of confidence for a young player who hasn't been in the first team for too long. Artur turns away from Carvajal smoothly, picks out Sergio Roberto, who leaves it for Leo Messi. Rakitic, back to Messi. And here's Jordi Alba. Dembélé. Artur Busquets. Now Piqué. Suarez. Well, he's well aware of where Jordi Alba is, but this time Alba can't control it, and he's furious because he knows there was an opportunity. If he could bring that ball under control, there was a little bit of space for Alba. Gareth Bale. Carvajal. Varane. Modric. It's going to fall for Artur. And now for Ivan Rakitic. Through the middle, just getting away from Leo Messi. That'll be a goal kick. Disappointment there, but Ivan Rakitic is really stamping his character on this game so far.
Yeah, and it is Rakitic is the kind of player that always maybe the lights are on Suarez or Messi or the Bernabéu or the players who are attacking, and players like Rakitic they are not always there, but he's a really important player, just not when they have the ball, when they don't have the ball, and even today scoring important goals.
Well, a free kick given for that challenge on Vinicius, and again the referee stamping his authority on things. Watch out for Busquets here, Graham.
First of all, Sergio Busquets will be on a knife edge between now and the end of the match. First of all, he complained to the referee, realised what he was doing, turned away as he howled to the moon sky, and then kicked the ball away. He has to know 3 red cards in the last 6 Clásicos. It tends to be the side with 10, obviously, who suffer. He can't be that indisciplined.
Toni Kroos is going to take the free kick. Referee Undiano Mayenko draws the line, and only Leo Messi positioning himself behind it. Everybody else on the very edge of the Barcelona area. Carvajal makes a dummy run. It's floated in. Piqué got his head to it, put back in by Casemiro. Headed away. Only as far as Vinicius. Barcelona chance on the break. Suarez finding Messi. Messi is close control, breathtaking there. Sergio Roberto. Madrid have had the opportunity to get back and maintain their shape. Messi over the top, it's a lovely ball for Dembélé. Messi sprinting to get into the box. Dembélé cuts it back. Well dealt with indeed. Sergio Ramos, brilliant interception and a necessary one. Suarez looking to combine with Messi. It's Ramos again. That's a fine challenge by Rakitic. Loose ball falling to Benzema. And the free kick goes Barcelona's way, to the absolute disgust of the home crowd. And Suarez having words. It's Rakitic who's down.
It's such an odd one, Simon, because this is a desperate challenge by Rakitic. He has to make it. He's the one who's sliding in. If he's caught afterwards, I think it's because of the forward motion that the Croat gives. You can see from the replays we've got the benefit of that the Real Madrid captain uses his chest, I think, to deal with that.
Question
no question that Suarez was chancing his arm and Ramos wasn't using his. But this is an opportunity for Leo Messi that comes from a situation that I think the referee is viewed differently from certainly my point of view.
Bruno, Ivan Rakitic has stayed down, but he's actually sitting up now, so doesn't seem to be requiring medical treatment.
No, he's okay. He was putting his socks up, taking his time, and just making the most of this situation and giving Leo Messi perhaps a little bit of time to think about where maybe he wants to pop this free kick.
That's a very good question. I think talking about Leo Messi, Aitor, he can put it almost anywhere, can't he?
Yes, we have a lot of players who can do it, but when Messi is there, I don't have there is any doubt.
Tense moments in the Bernabéu. Tense moments for the number 25, Thibaut Courtois. It's going to be Messi. Not too far away, that one onto the roof of the net. An enormous sigh of relief goes around this stadium. Courtois takes the goal kick quickly. Varane returns it to the Belgian.
Barcelona winning the game 1-0, and even now pressing Real Madrid high, so trying to difficult them to build, and you know, they want more. But Real Madrid now again it's 8 minutes to try to equalize, controlling the ball, and this kind of passes from one side to other side, and then try to move Barcelona players.
Well, Modric trying to link with Reguilón there, but well dealt with by Roberto, who just nodded it back to Ter Stegen.
A very intense and firm message from Leo Messi to Dembélé, with strong words and jabbing his fingers, telling me exactly where he wants the Frenchman to be. Tuition, but with a very firm hand.
It's Jordi Alba for Barcelona. Lenglet looking for Suarez, finding the head of Casemiro instead. Rakitic collects, cushions it for Messi. Messi to Artur, who finds Dembélé. Will he follow Messi's instructions? He's got Jordi Alba outside him. Here's Alba. Dani Carvajal reading the threat and making the block. It falls again to Dembélé. Suarez. Now, wide on the right, Sergio Alberto combining with Rakitic. Rakitic sprints away from Vinicius. Here's Suarez. Good save. The rebound's there and collected again by Thibaut Courtois. The original save, a good one. Reguilón is also down. But Thibaut Courtois, well, perhaps should have done a little better, having saved the shot from Suarez. The ball was loose in a very, very dangerous zone indeed. And Suarez, well, had a huge gap there. And I think in the end it's no major harm done. The loose ball's there. It's Messi goes in for it. Reguilón tumbles over him. And no infringement. But a firmly struck shot by Luis Suarez, causing Courtois problems. Madrid giving the ball away now. Here's Artur, who can't link with Messi, although Messi nearly won it, but Modric instead dispossessed by Busquets. The ball now at Messi's feet. Being shadowed by Gareth Bale. Finds Rakitic. It's a heavy touch from Rakitic. Gets the better of Ramos. And it's Dani Carvajal to the rescue. Suarez has gone down and told by, well, at least 60 or 70,000 people here in the Bernabéu, not all of them, but the majority, to get up.
Simon, he made a mistake. He knew, he's such a clever striker. He could hear Dani Carvajal's breath on the back of his neck. It came to a juddering halt, looking for the collision. Carvajal just skipped away from it sufficiently. Undiano was in the right place. Good decision by the referee.
Dembélé with a little jinking run plays it back to Artur. Artur finds Messi. Busquets just nods it down to Rakitic. Barcelona starting to look more confident in their build-up play. Messi takes a tumble. Play on, says the referee. No. Free kick. Messi, I think with that rather unpleasant little gesture of seeking to get a yellow card, it'll be for Sergio Ramos if the referee pays attention. Bruno, I don't know if you can actually see anything from your vantage point down there, but it's Messi down and Ramos just getting to his feet.
Yeah, it's just on the other side of the pitch. I'm not sure if there was any contact from Casemiro initially with Messi. I don't know if you guys have been able to see the replay.
It's definitely streetwise from Ramos, who just leaves a leg out behind him, and it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it takes Messi down in full flight. And you won't be surprised if I say Ramos knew what he was doing.
Not at all, not at all. Yeah, they're back on their feet, so free kick now for Barcelona.
And it will be, of course, Leo Messi to take it. Aitor, what does Real Madrid have to do? Obviously defend this free kick, but for the last 4 minutes, is it just a question of hanging on to the 1-0? Because at the moment, Barcelona are looking very threatening indeed.
I think it will be crucial, at least, to arrive just 1-0 down, because to concede now another goal could be almost a disaster. So at least if they don't equalize the game, to finish the game, the first half losing 1-0.
Well, that was a poorly struck free kick from Leo Messi. One of the biggest cheers from the Bernabéu in this first half. Reguilón battling away, but unable to link with Benzema. who has a very stern look over his shoulder, not quite sure at whom. Gerard Piqué. A dink over the top, collected by Suarez. The loose ball very nearly falling to Messi. Well dealt with in the end by Varane. This is Casemiro.
And now this is, for me, one of the biggest problems that the Real Madrid the players can have. At least the crowd is starting to be impatient, and to manage the expectations here are difficult. So to manage those 3 minutes, the people, and to keep that pressure out is going to be important, especially now.
Well, Reguilon with Vinicius with a rather wild one there. It's gone straight out for a throw-in, which Jordi Alba will take. That's not exactly going to close the mouths of the critics who say he can't finish, Graham.
No, he took a swipe at that one, but again, it's him that Madrid look for all the time. It's him with the most energy, and it's him who's been creating the majority of the danger.
Him and Reguilon down that left flank forming a great partnership. Ramos plays it back to Thibaut Courtois. Courtois right in the edge of his box. Sends it high and long. Bale underneath it. Getting the better of Jordi Alba, who's absolutely furious, I think, with Arthur there. Benzema. Modric leaves it for Gareth Bale. Bale getting into the area, driving to the byline, gets the cross into the far post, headed away by Gerard Piqué. Absolutely brilliant from the Barcelona centre-half so far today. Aided and abetted on this occasion by Clement Lenglet. And finally, Sergio Alberto putting it into touch and gaining the applause of the leader of the Barcelona back four. Impatience as Reguilon waits to find a man. He eventually found Benzema. Cuts it back here for Cruz. Cruz quick to find Casemiro. Casemiro looking for and finding Carvajal, who heads it on Modric. Well, applause from the home fans, and I think thoroughly deserved, Aitor. That was a good attack.
It's exactly what Aitor's been asking for, that arrival, isn't it?
Yes, and look where Carvajal is, look where Reguilon is, all of them, the fullbacks in the box, from one side to the other side, moving the ball, and they had a really good chance.
Marc-Andre ter Stegen, not in any great rush for this, just half a minute left of the 45. Sent it in the vague direction of Dembélé, but it was Varane who won it in the air. Jordi Alba with an up and under. Under it is Suarez, who got a touch. Reguilon controls under pressure from Messi. Ramos gets away from Messi. Messi goes down, clutching the face, rolling over about 50 times before Alba takes the ball off Gareth Bale. Nodded on by Suarez. Messi still down. Casemiro plays it back to Courtois. The referee has a look over his shoulder. Modric, Real Madrid eventually told to pause. The Bernabéu go absolutely wild. Ramos goes across to have a word with Leo Messi, who's still down, clutching his face. Bruno.
And the half-time whistle's gone. I think that's what's got everyone on their feet as well. What a way to finish the first half. Now Messi squaring up to Sergio Ramos. Obviously a bit of afters from that collision, which you mentioned before, Graham, and it doesn't look like it's going to die down quickly.
I don't think he catches him.
There's, in my view, Simon, I'm sorry to be contradictory, there is no question that not only does Ramos's hand and arm catch Messi, the jolt that is the type of jolt that can lead to concussion. The referee needs to be applauded. The only thing that you stop the play for is a potential head injury or impact on the head. Messi is not a cheat, has been impacted. The referee got that right, and Messi's...
Okay, yes, from that angle you're absolutely right. Aitor, the one thing we've learned over the last 10 or 15 years, do not make Leo Messi angry. Do you agree?
Yeah, 100%.
He's pretty angry now, I think.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think to the first half? Barcelona going in 1-0 up. This is what we call bronca, the Bernabéu absolutely 100% behind their team. Furious with Messi and Barcelona, but it's Barcelona in the lead.
Yes, and we said before, even when the score was 0-0, both teams had chances. The game was good. Sontes, Real Madrid controlling the game. Sontes, Barcelona controlling the game. Real Madrid trying to find spaces behind the defenders with Vinicius, Benzema or Bale's movement. Sontes, Barcelona controlling the game, and Sontes, Luka Modric has to come to help Carvajal with Jordi Alba and with Dembélé, so they create when Luka leaves the middle, it means that there is a space there, and when Messi or Rakitic arrives to that point, they are dangerous. But again, it's been a game with both teams having really good chances.
Okay, well, everything's still to play for in the second half. It's 1-0 to Barcelona after the opening 45-minute spell. It's a Clásico Mark II, which in the opening first half here in the Santiago Bernabéu has had just about everything you could desire from one of the biggest games, from the biggest game in world football. We'll be back in about 12 minutes to bring in the second half. Half-time score, Real Madrid 0, Football Club Barcelona 1.